Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, Alex?
Hey, Siddharth, and hey, everyone. I've been looking forward to this all week. How's your week been?
My week's been good. Honestly, I think not just the two of us, everybody on the team was really excited for kicking off API week because we have a lot of first time things that we're going to be a secret for now, but we'll tell you a lot more about that. But I know, Alex, this is your first time on an opening ceremony, and I did do my job in keeping that a secret until we hopped onto the stage. On Discord, I said, any guesses? Anybody want to take a guess who's going to come here? How are you feeling coming here to your first Global Hack Week opening?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous being in front of the community in this way, but I'm excited for it. I hope I can live up to the legend of Siddharth, Mary, Ryan, and Rosindo, and all the other awesome MLHers out there. So you all have to let me know how I do for my first time.
And whenever we have a first time streamer, we ask the chat to give them all the love and make sure that everybody really, really welcomes them. So, can I have a welcome, Alex, in the chat? I can see Way here. Hello, Way. Way is another crowd favorite, and I'm sure everybody here knows him already. But there's going to be hello, Alex, and all of that popping up right now. So, I hope that helps you with the nervousness a little bit, at least now.
It does. Thank you all. It's awesome to see you all. I also love seeing where everybody's from. It's so cool how we have people all over the world right now tuning into this event.
Of course, of course. And I can see we have the chat exploding right now with hello Alexis. So I think it's better for us to now give people a little bit of an introduction and make them understand what we really do here. How about that?
Let's do it.
Sweet. I'll go first. My name is Siddharth. If you have not met yet, I work as a first party events coordinator at Major League Hacking, which means that I get to work on our digital hackathons, global hack weeks, all of the digital events that you go to. I was also at an in person hackathon last weekend, which was called Hackbyte. If any of you in the chat were at Hackbyte, have been at previous editions of Hackbyte, give me a hello here. If you've ever seen me at different hackathons or different hackathon, tell me that as well. It's always familiar, or it's always great to connect with familiar faces when you are doing these streams live. Alex, do you want to introduce yourself now?
I sure do. I am on the partner success team at Major League Hacking. You're probably like, what does that mean? Is that just some fancy mumbo jumbo title? I get to work with all of the awesome MLH sponsors, a few of who I get to tell you about today. A fun fact about me, and a not so fun fact, depending on if this is a drink of your choice, is that I have never drank a cup of coffee in my life before. I would love to hear from everyone what your favorite caffeinated beverage is. And bonus, if you have a fun late night memory where you have been hacking away fueled by this beverage. We will come back to this later.
We have a lot of coffee fans in the chat and also in the full-time team at Emulate. So I'm sure they're not chuffed about you not having drank a cup of coffee. But in the chat, I can see a lot of people suggesting you should instead try chai, which is tea. Do you like it? Have you ever tried tea?
I've never done chai. I will say I am a big boba tea fan though. So if we have any boba tea fans in the crowd, that's my guilty pleasure when I want a little snack or a drink.
Nice. I love boba too. Well, then, while all the chat tells us about all of their favorite drinks, we're going to go forward and dive into whatever we have for this day. And we have a lot of things that we need to announce today, a lot to announce and let you know of what you can expect this week. But first of all, welcome to Global Hack Week. If this is your first time coming in, don't get overwhelmed. We will take it slow. We will also answer some questions towards the end. And we want you to take and make the most of this week. To begin with, Global Hack Weeks are hosted by Major League Hacking. But if this is your first time coming to a Major League Hacking event, we would want to spend a little bit of time explaining what we do and who we are. Alex, do you want to take up that?
I would love to. For those of you that don't know what Major League Hacking is, you are at the right place. Major League Hacking runs the global hacker community, and it is our mission to empower hackers just like you. If you want to know something that I am always mind blown when I hear is that we have a community of over 1 million hackers across the world, and we have tons of different events and programs and opportunities for you to learn cool skills. Global Hack Week being one of those. If this is your first time ever coming to Global Hack Week, I'm so happy you're here. It's also my first time. It's an awesome event. Siddharth, do you want to give them a little bit more about what they should expect at Global Hack Week and all the cool things we have for them over the next week?
For sure. Global Hack Weeks are week long themed events that we call as Hacker Festival. So think of this as a way for you to learn a new skill and network with all of the amazing community members here. We feature technical streams, workshops, panel discussions, of course, fun mini events, and a lot of challenges that you can also work on. We'll talk about challenges a little bit later, but we run a global hack week every month, and each of those have themes. April is for APIs, and you are here at API Week opening. But what makes API Week special is all of the incredible partners and the resources that they get for you today. Alex, do you want to take this up?
Absolutely. So, as I mentioned, I get to work with all of these awesome partners. So, I'm excited to share a little bit more about them with you. GitHub is an absolute go to tool as a developer. Later today, we're going to have a Get Good with Git workshop. That is a mouthful. Try to say it 10 times fast, where we'll cover different essential Git basics like branching, merging, and rebasing. You'll also learn how to manage project changes and collaborate with your team, which are all the skills that you need to crush it at your next hackathon or in your personal project. As part of the hacker community, we also have awesome resources for you. If you sign up for the GitHub Student Developer Pack, and that's actually where this link up on the screen will take you, there are so many tons of free resources and credits you can get to start your hacking journey. Make sure you use the MLH link because you will get verified faster than if you go through their normal workflow. Another sponsor we have with us this week is Figma. So Figma is a web-based design tool, lets you create, share, and test your designs for websites, mobile apps, and any other digital project that you're working on. By creating a Figma education account, you also unlock all their professional level features, including Figma Dev Mode. If you're not sure what Figma Dev Mode is, it's a super fast way to turn your ideas into reality, and it is perfect for hackathons. So for everyone at Global Hack Week, definitely encourage you to check it out, get yourself familiar with it, so that next time you go to an MLH event, you have a step up on everyone. One of my favorite features about it that I find really helpful is that you can actually get code snippets out of your design that are production ready. I know we probably have a lot of Rosendo fans out there in the crowd. It is your lucky day because if you stay on after opening ceremony, he's going to be running a workshop to show you all about Figma Dev Mode. That is right after this, so you don't even have to go anywhere. So Darth, we have tons of events. Do you want to give them a run through of how they can make sure they know when these events are happening and so that they don't miss all the cool stuff?
For sure. But before we get there, I want to give a shout out to Mary, who's in the chat. If you have not met Mary, Mary has been around for all of her Global Hack Weeks and does a lot of work for Global Hack Weeks. So if you'd want to say hi, I'm sure you're going to also see her in Discord a little later, answering all of your questions, interacting with all of you. But this is also a chance for you to say hi if you wanted. But going back to checking into the event, we want to make sure that you're all set up and you're doing all the right things to be able to successfully earning your swag and points. And we'll talk about that a little later. But the first thing that you need to do here is to join the main event. The way you do that is by visiting that link, which is mlh.link/global hack week, or GHW, the short for Global Hack Week. When you go to that link, you need to make sure that you've both registered and check in. Typically, how I'd identify if I have checked in is when I click on that button, you would see that button change to green, which would say that you've checked in successfully. But for all of the different streams and each live stream that you attend this week, we want you to register and check in. And this is a way for us to know how interested the community wants to go to these streams and how much of these should be run in the future, right? And we recommend you register because this also will help us give you those points, and in turn will help you also earn swag. Talking of swags, Alex, I know most of the folks here in the chat would be waiting to hear about swag. How about you take this one?
Absolutely. Before I get started, drop a note in here. Let me know, what is your favorite piece of MLH swag that you have ever gotten? I'm actually wearing one of mine right now. It's nothing fancy. It's just a basic gray sweatshirt, but I like how low key it is. It's also extremely comfortable. Keeps me warm on a cold day like today. Make sure you get your digital swag. If you post on social media, we have a Global Hack Week frame that you can use. Please tag us in it. We would love to repost and share, give you all a shout out. It's awesome to see the community all across the world. Like I said, we want to make sure that you all get some exciting publicity as well. In addition, we'll be having the basic swag you can get. So by registering and checking in, you can get access to the basic swag. We will need your address so that we can send this to you. The way that you're going to earn this swag is by completing all of the feature challenges. So on this link here, if you go and visit it there, you'll see that we have a set of challenges, some for our sponsors, a couple other basic ones. If you complete all those, you're going to get some awesome swag. There's also going to be an opportunity to earn bonus swag, because if one thing of swag isn't enough, you absolutely need some more swag. And something we love at MLH is swag, and we know our hackers love swag. The way you'll do this is by checking into 5+ live events. If that sounds like it might be a lot, don't worry. We have so many events happening that you can definitely make this happen. a big reason for Global Hack Week 2 is that we want you to attend these workshops, right? You're here to learn. We want you to have fun. We want you to hear about different technologies. We also just want you to get to hang out with other hackers in the community. So go check out the schedule, pick the events you want to, make sure you check in so we get reminders about when they're happening, pop them on your calendar, and we'll see you there. We also give out surprise prizes throughout the week, which is one of my favorite things to do. So we have a surprise prize coming right now. There was a reason I asked you all about your favorite caffeinated beverages. It's because we're going to give out our first surprise prize right now, actually. So the way that you will get this is I'm going to put the comment up on the screen that I really liked. I'll tell you why I liked it. If you take a screenshot of this, head over to Discord, submit a ticket, and you can snag your swag that way. I picked this one because they told us that they're trying to migrate towards matcha because I get the shakes. I also don't actually do that well with caffeine. Part of the reason I have not gone down the coffee route. My fun story here is one morning before I'd gotten to have breakfast, I had a cup of tea. So really nothing crazy, right? Like just a glass of black tea on an empty stomach, and very quickly got the shakes. Heart was racing. Felt like I was having this weird out of body experience. And was very convinced I was sick. And then like an hour and a half later, I was feeling better. And I had this moment of just, oh my gosh, it was purely because I never have caffeine. So that's my sad caffeine story for you all. But if you haven't yet, take a screenshot here. Like I said, go over to Discord and claim your prize. That way you can open a Discord ticket. Siddharth now is going to let you know about Discord because that's where most of our announcements and other things will happen throughout Global Hack Week.
Speaking of Discord, that's where you will find all of our community members hanging around. And like Alex said, that's also where we're going to make all the announcements for this week. So you need to be there and make sure that you are there. I'm going to post the link of our Discord server in the chat and also have that on the screens for you all to go and join. It's discord.mlh.io. It's going to be easy for you to remember. But what do you do when you get there? The first thing that you need to do is look for a channel on the left top somewhere that says channels and rules. Click on that. You will find a question that asks you if you're going to attend API week. Say yes to that by clicking on the button. And that's going to give you the roles that you need for this week and will open up all the channels that you need access to for this week. And how do you open support tickets? Support tickets are one way for you to claim your surprise prize like we did right now. But it's also a way for you to ask questions directly to an MLHer. If you have general questions, if you have technical questions, I would suggest that you drop those in one of the general chats, technical chats, or one of the API week related channels, because the community is often faster and much more knowledgeable than all of us could be here at MLH. And they would really, really like to help you out with any of the technical troubles that you have this week. But if you have any questions that would require you to share maybe your email ID or anything else that's maybe more personal information to you, I would suggest opening up a support ticket. That way you will keep it hidden and one of us will get back to you with any answers that you would require there. But talking of challenges, and we talked about challenges a little bit when I was giving you a sneak peek of what Global Hack Weeks are going to look like. We have challenges to keep you hacking all throughout. And because we're running this for the whole week, you will have a lot of challenges to work on, but that doesn't mean that you need to be working on all of the challenges. These are going to range from short coding prompts to design challenges. Most of them are going to be beginner friendly, but we also want to cater to all of our intermediate and expert audiences. So you will have a lot of prompts that you will have a chance to work on. And all of these are meant to be helping you with getting introduced to a new skill. For this one, we have API as a theme, but we don't always strictly follow API as a theme or the themes that we have at Global Hack Weeks. We like to keep it open. We like to see all the creativity that you can bring on board. If ever you feel like you've worked on a different project this week and you would want to share it with the community, feel free to create a ticket, send the link over to us, and we'll be happy to give you bonus points as well, because we want you all to keep your learning ongoing and we want you to be really creative going on this week. But there's something really exciting that both Alex and I have been waiting to showcase today, and to bring in a new guest, a surprise guest. But we'll probably do that a little later. But do you want to really mention what that is, Alex, for now?
I do. We have all the secrets at this Global Hack Week that we are spilling right now. So if you've gotten to participate in Global Hack Week in the past, you might remember that we asked you to submit screenshots to a forum or something like that. We have actually built out a brand new dashboard for you all to use. So all of our challenges are going to be located in one space, and you can submit everything directly through there. As Siddharth mentioned, we'll have a special guest here, hopefully in a little bit, to walk you through how that all works. But we're really excited to see what you all think of it. We're really excited to hear your feedback on the experience with that new challenges dashboard as well.
And while we do that, because this is the first time we're going to introduce the challenges dashboard, which you will get a demo of in a little bit, we are sure you're going to also see a lot of bugs coming up, because this is a public beta that we're running at this point, and we've created a special channel for you all to come back and report those bugs. Once you have the roles for Global Hack Week, you're going to find this channel which is called Bug Report on Discord. Feel free to go there and tell us more about the bugs. The way I do this is to first explain what that bug is, send any screenshots, give us any details that will be helpful for us to know what this is about. So our engineering team can then take it over and then quickly look at how to go fix it. And we'll hopefully have a resolution rolled out really, really soon. But what's more about challenges, Alex?
Yes. So you might be wondering, how much time do I actually have to do these challenges? I only have a week. Looks like there's a lot on there. Challenges will be open until next Thursday, April 17th at 8 a.m. Eastern. Like Siddharth said, the goal is not for you to complete every single challenge. If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to say don't do it. I'd be very impressed if you were able to do that. But find some workshops that excite you. Check out the challenges. Maybe you want to learn about a new technology. Maybe there was something at last Global Hack Week you didn't get to do that you'd like to do this time. But go find some few. Definitely encourage you to do the featured ones so that you can get your basic swag, and check into other things to see if you can get some bonus swag as well. To let you know where you're standing with things, we'll send you an email each day with an update on how many challenges that you've completed. And you can go view all of our challenges on our live site at the link up here. I saw some questions in the chat about that. People were wondering where to go. And we actually have our special guest with us to give you a walkthrough now. So Siddharth, do you want to bring Erin on and let her give a run through for the hackers?
Yes. Hello, Erin.
Hi. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think you can. Cool.
Yes.
Yes. And I can share my screen. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm a senior software engineer here at Major League Hacking. Haven't been on stream in a couple years, so pretty cool to be showing off some of the work we've been doing. The link that Alex just said, which is Global Hack Week, so ghw.ls/challenges, can also be accessed on the Global Hack Week site just by clicking challenges tab up here. And that'll take you to mlh.com, where you'll see all of the challenges for Global Hack Week, API Week. And you can click into those and sort of see the same information you would have historically, same sort of links, and you can submit your projects without going to Typeform or DevPost. So to do that, we'll have to sign in. You can click sign in at the top, or you can submit your project, and it will take you to MyMLH. So this should be familiar for a lot of you, but in case it isn't, it's super easy to sign up. So you just enter your email. In this case, we'll do aarontest@mlh.io, and I'll click sign up, and it's going to drop you an email in your inbox with a code. It's not this one. There we go. So you can either use, there we go. You can either use the code or click the link that it sends you, and it will let you in. It'll ask you for some details. My name is Aaron O'Shea, and then sign up. And then it should take you straight back into challenges like that, and you'll be on the page, submit your project. So in this case, it's sign up for the Global Hack, the GitHub Student Developer Pack, and so we can submit our project. On this page, you can enter a URL to a GitHub repository if you have one. We don't have, you wouldn't in this case, so you probably just want to upload a screenshot. So I've got a screenshot of my GitHub profile on my computer, which I'll upload if I can find it. I can't find it. I'll just upload a random screenshot from my computer. It'll tell you the files you've got, and all you have to do is click submit, and that will magically make its way into the ether. It's been submitted, and our team can approve it manually, or in a lot of cases, they'll be automatically approved depending on the type of challenge. In this case, someone from the team will go and say, "Hey, that screenshot's correct," and mark it as approved after the fact. So yeah, I think that is sort of the crux of how challenges work. The site is brand new. You've probably not seen much.com linked anywhere before. It is technically in beta, so if you do want to come across any bugs, make sure to report those in the bug reports channel on the Discord. My colleague Rashika is monitoring it this weekend, and then next week the whole team will be sort of keeping tabs on that. But yeah, I think that's sort of the crux of how all this works.
That looks amazing to me, and I can see all the reactions coming in the chat. Everybody's really excited to have a new platform. We'll keep an eye on the chat for any questions that come in right now, but I don't see anything right now, so I think we are good to maybe proceed. But if there are any questions, like Erin said, Discord is your way out. Go report it on the bug report channel that we have for you. If you have any exciting things that you'd want to share, please feel free to go post about the challenges dashboard on social media and keep that rolling. If you have any technical questions of how this was made, what tech was used in the background, that is also a valid question. You can ask that right now, or you can drop it on Discord, and someone from the engineering team will definitely come around and give you more insights of what we have here. Looks like there are no questions right now. Alex, anything to add from you?
No, mostly excited to hear what you all think about it, right? This is the first time we're rolling it out. We've been really excited. Aaron and the engineering team have been working super, super hard to make sure this was ready for our April event. So let us know what you all think. Really excited for your feedback.
All right. Thank you so much, Erin. We'll see you around. Thank you so much for that demo, and we'll keep you posted on any questions. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right. That was a really, really exciting announcement, and I was really waiting for that point to happen. Do you want to take over now, Alex, and talk a little bit more about what we have next?
Yes. So in addition to Global Hack Week this weekend, we also have AI Hack Fest happening. We'll have a little bit more about when you can tune into opening ceremony there, but this would be an awesome opportunity for anyone that is wanting to go and experiment with some AI tools, or maybe you learn something at Global Hack Week and you want to go and build it in one of your actual projects, right? So we have Figma, we have GitHub, we've got some other cool things that we'll talk about in just a little bit. Definitely encourage you to go check this out if you're wanting to do a little bit more of a traditional hackathon, right? Or go a little bit more in depth with some of the tools and technologies that you are learning about. So what all are you going to be able to learn this weekend? As we mentioned, Global Hack Week is all about learning, right? You're here to hang out with other hackers, you're here to be part of the festival, and you're here to learn. And the way that we do that is we have tons of workshops and other fun events for you. So when you are not working on challenges, we recommend joining some of our live streams. Go check out the schedule, see what topics might interest you, what you might want to learn about, or you just need a refresher on. You will be able to watch these on our Twitch and YouTube channel. And if for some reason you're not able to tune in live, don't worry, it is not the end of the world. We'll also have these recorded so you can watch them after the fact. You can go check out today's schedule at the link up here. We'll pop this in the chat for you as well. Check out the events, see what might interest you. And remember, if you go to 5 workshops, you will get some bonus swag. So what all do we have coming up on this first day? So Darth and I are going to do a rapid fire run through of all the cool workshops and stuff to give you a quick taste. Don't worry, you don't have to remember all these. They'll be on the schedule. You want to take the first one, Siddharth?
Of course. Like we promised, Rosendo is going to be starting us off with a Figma to Code stream here, where you'll be introduced to Figma Dev Mode. I know a lot of you here would be familiar with Figma as a tool, but Figma Dev Mode gives you a lot more than just using it for design. You can now convert your design to get some code out of it. You're going to now learn the most developer-friendly way to utilize this design tool in the market. That is probably a game changer going forward to a hackathon, where you would have realized that storytelling is an important part of hackathons, and this will let you do all of that storytelling through the prototypes that you create, the designs that you create. So all of this will be discussed by Rosendo at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be right after this opening ceremony. So hang around. 12 p.m. Eastern for everybody in that side of the world, 9:30 p.m. for everybody who's in India. What's next?
Like I said, we also have AI Hackfest opening. Go join UT at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. IST. Learn all about the AI-themed digital hackathon we're having this weekend. This would be a great way for you to maybe try out Figma. I think I saw someone's comment here where they're like, I'm not really good at design. It scares me. well, go to the Figma workshop and maybe pop over to AI Hackfest for a couple hours, try it out, see if the functionality that you have in your head, you can also turn into something really pretty to use. I think for those that are wanting to win a hackathon, the design and the polish you have is oftentimes just as important as the story and tool that you actually build.
Well, another great tool to be accustomed with, even if you're going to a hackathon and getting ready for the job market, it's important for you to know how to work as a team and to be making changes to a code as a team. And all of this version control details, or all of the version control knowledge is what we're going to discuss in this stream with Alberto, which is called Git Good with Git. And this is going to happen at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11:30 p.m. IST.
We'll have another GitHub workshop for you as well. If you're wondering how you can make your hacks better and faster with GitHub Copilot, come join Uti again at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 a.m. IST. If you're not familiar with GitHub Copilot, it is their AI tool that can do things like help you debug, suggest code for you, and honestly just makes things a whole lot easier for you. So especially at hackathons where you're up against a time constraint, or at Global Hack Week where you're maybe trying to figure stuff out on your own, GitHub Copilot is an amazing tool to make life a whole lot easier for you and for you to make the most of the short time you have.
Before we move to the next one, I see someone saying here that they'll be asleep by the time that stream runs and they have college to go to tomorrow. We completely understand, and that's exactly what we want to do. Please get enough and more rest. Please do whatever you need to do for the rest of your day. And whenever you're not doing any of those is when we would recommend that you come to streams. Not that we don't want you to come to streams. We really, really love to have all of you coming in, interacting with the streamers. But we want to make sure that you are not forced to go to all of the streams, because all of this will be recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel. So make sure you get enough rest. Make sure you go to school. Make sure you write your exams. We've had hackers come in and tell us that it's the exam week and how stressed they are about exams. We want you to go prepare for that, because that's really, really important. But whenever you're not going to do that, come back, interact with the hackers, interact with streamers here, and make this a fun week for all of us. But going back to the schedule, we have the next stream by Bully, who's going to run a Docker stream. If you've maybe started exploring things related to containerization and about how things work in the real world in a production ecosystem in the industry, you've probably gotten to hear of Docker, but maybe are taking your first steps here. This one here is exactly an introductory section for all of you who are exploring to do that. But we're also going to have an API angle to it, because we are doing API week right here. This is going to happen at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 2:30 a.m. IST.
For those of you that don't know Bully, a fun fact about him is he is actually very into robotics. And I guess we'll call him an expert in it, but he's going to have tons of things to share with you. If you are wondering how robotic operating systems work and how you can deploy them at a project, come join Bully at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 a.m. IST. This is where the caffeinated beverages come in handy. If you're going to be sleeping, totally fine. If you're ready for a late night of some caffeine-fueled Global Hack Week madness, this would be a fun time to tune in.
And because we are running API week here, this is your opportunity to understand the core principles and take your baby first steps to the world of APIs. And we start with RESTful APIs. Don't worry if none of those words make sense to you right now, but that's exactly what Alberto is going to be doing in the track, which is Intro to RESTful APIs. Join Alberto for the part 1 of it at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7:30 a.m. IST, likely tomorrow for most people who are in India right now, but tonight for people who are in the Eastern time zone.
If you're looking for more of a little lighthearted event, a way to just refresh and recharge throughout, come to the GIF challenge. In the chat, let me know your hot take. I firmly believe that it should be pronounced GIF, even though I know the actual pronunciation is GIF. Let me know what you all think. But Rivi will be running this session at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. IST. It's a fun little mini event where we try to communicate only using GIFs. So we'll see what sort of GIF experts we have out there.
And then next up, I already saw a lot of UT fans cheering for UT when we talked about AI Hackfest opening ceremony. For all of you, that was not the only UT stream that you're going to get this week. If you've not known UT here, UT runs tons of workshops at Global Hack Weeks. That's a really good comparison there. But UT runs a lot of Global Hack Week streams, and each of those are based on something new that UT learns during the month or a previous month and comes around to share that knowledge with the community, which I think is really cool. So this one here is going to be about real-time communication using Socket. So maybe a chance for you to learn a little bit of networking, computer networking, or if you've not really taken your first steps there, that's a great opportunity for you to do all of that. The first part of this is going to run at 6 a.m. Eastern, which is 3:30 p.m. IST.
Another fun event we have happening is a Scribble.io mini event. This is one of my favorite games to play that I've done before with some hackers and others in the community. Yashica is going to be hosting this at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. IST. Again, this is another great way just to recharge, right? Maybe you've been to a couple of back-to-back workshops, you've been grinding away on challenges, you just need a fun little way to let the brain relax, tune out for a little bit. Come to this. It's basically like a Pictionary, but in the digital world.
Of course, and there's UT coming back for part 2 of the real-time communication using Socket Stream. This one's going to happen at 10 a.m. Eastern, that's 7:30 p.m. IST.
And last but not least, we told you all we had tons of workshops. To round out the first day of events, Rosindo and Yashica will be giving a Today in Global Hack Week summary. They'll let you know about all of the cool things that happened on day 1 and also give you a rundown on the schedule for day 2. So check them out tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. IST. Again, if you're not able to find this and you're wondering what events we have, don't worry. You can find the schedule online and get a sense of what's coming up next.
And then as you're going to all of these streams that we talked about and other ones that will happen over the week, we want you to come back and tell us how you felt going to these streams. And if you liked it, is there something specific that you'd want us to improve? All of that feedback really helps us, really helps the streamers to come back even stronger the next time and to be able to cater to all of the things that you would want to look forward to. So all you have to do is go to this link, that's mlh.link, and I can see 404 already beating us at the typing competition, the unofficial typing competition that we have in the chat here. But if you go to this link, there'll be about 5 questions there asking you to tell us a little bit about how you felt going to this stream and what you liked about it and what you think we can improve. We want you to do this for every live stream or recorded stream that you watch. Give us all that survey, and we'd really, really love to know more about what you think of all of the streams that you run this week. And then another exciting announcement, Alex, go for it.
Yeah, we'll also be rolling out something new this week. So as part of Global Hack Week, we did want to bring a little bit of the hackathon spirit into it. In addition to the workshops and challenges, we're going to give you all an opportunity to demo at API Week. So if you have a cool project or you did something in your challenge that you'd like to show off and tell everyone else about, go to this link, let us know why you're interested, why you think it'd be a good fit, and our team will be in touch with you.
Right. And every time we feature a project during our Today in Global Hack Week streams, I've seen all the excitement that folks have to get that work out to the rest of the community. This is a really interesting initiative that we put together, where you get that chance to bring your work out in the MLH community and have that done live. So make sure you go and apply for whatever challenges you would want to present, and then we'll get back to you whenever we have made a decision of who we can have on the stream to present. But speaking of demos, and with the AI Hackathon, AI Hackfest happening this weekend, Alex, I think it's only fair if we maybe do a quick demo and show all of the folks here some AI magic. What do you think of that?
I am a big fan of magic, and I'm ready for the magic tricks, Siddharth.
Then how about we maybe use the Gemini API to build a functional chat app and all that under 5 minutes?
Let's do it. Who thinks Siddharth can do this in less than 5 minutes?
And I want all of you to time me if you can. I promise I try and wrap it up before 5 minutes is done. But that sounds quite challenging, so I'll get started real quick. I'm going to switch us over to my VS Code screen. Yes, there we go. For now, you can see a file called prompts.txt, and I'll zoom in a little bit more for you all to see what's in there. These are some prompts that I've put together to give a direction to Gemini and to be able to build what I wanted to build. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I'm going to open up an extension inside of VS Code, which is called Roo, which is going to help me interact with Gemini. And I'm going to copy all of that in here. Don't worry if none of that makes sense for now. I'm going to walk you through all of that in a bit. But because I have folks in the chat timing me, I want to make sure we wrap this up in 5 minutes. I'm going to paste all of that in here and let Gemini get started with the magic, and then resize a little bit so you can read this. In the prompts file here, I started by giving Gemini a direction and telling it, what is the use case that I wanted to work on, which is I wanted to build a Python Flask app, Python only because I'm well versed with it and I like that language. I know there's Python fans in the chat as well. But then I also ask it to follow best practices, use your virtual environment, all of the things that you would want to be able to tell Gemini to achieve, right? And you don't really have to get all of those prompts together and paste it in the chat. You should be using this in a more conversational way, similar to how you would interact with any Gen AI application using a chat interface, right? If you are looking at all the magic that's happening in the chat right now, you should be able to see that there are some things happening in there, starting with some dependencies being installed. And that's one magic that I want to talk about real quick. I'm sure you've been in a situation at a hackathon where you've put together a code, you try to run it. It does not run because you don't have dependencies installed, and that's really frustrating. I have been there and I know how it feels. But here, Gemini understands what dependencies we needed to make this run and installed all of that by itself. How cool is that? In a little bit, when we are done installing all of the dependencies, you will also see Gemini going forward and generating all of the files that we need. But something that I want to point out here is that GenAI tools are never 100% correct, which means as aspiring developers ourselves, it's our job to give it a direction and to make sure that we're able to talk to it like another member of your hackathon team. Know what I'm trying to say? Talk to it, make it understand what you want to achieve, and let it do things for yourself. You will have to go back, debug, tell it if you have any errors, try communicating with it more and more, and you should be able to get things done. I'm sure what you see on the screen right now looks like straight out of a sci-fi movie because everything is getting generated together. That's the magic that I wanted to show you of what Gemini can do for you here. In a little bit, if you are familiar with how Flask works, we should be able to see a link in the chat, which we can use directly to kind of try and see if we were able to achieve what we wanted to achieve. Does anybody in the chat want to give me a quick time check? Because I think we already have what we need. I'm going to open this link for now, keeping my fingers crossed. And I'm going to use this link to go back in here and open up the link. Looks like a chat interface to me at least, so I think we are 80% already there. I'm going to first ask it, who are you, to see if it really has an answer for me. Scroll. Looks like we are talking to Gemini. That's half battle one. I'm going to ask it, do you know anything about Global Hack Weeks? Let's wait for a little, and this can take a little bit of time depending on your bandwidth, but it looks like it doesn't understand so much about Global Hack Weeks, but that's all right. But at least we were able to get this chat application running. I want to take one step further to be able to give you all a chance to interact with this application that's running on my laptop right now. I'm going to use a service called ngrok, which will give us a public URL that you can use to interact with this. I'm going to paste that link in the chat and have all of you go in and interact with it. We have about 300 people watching us live right now. So if all of you go and try to access this together, we may not be able to do this because my laptop cannot handle so much traffic. But I would love for all of you to give it a try. I'm pretty sure it's going to work for you. Let me know what you think of it, because I'm going to go back to the slides right now. If you have any question about how this demo worked, and I forgot to check the time here. I think the last you all timed me at was 3 minutes, which is even 2 minutes less than what I had committed for. So I think this was a success from my end. But let us know what you thought about this. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll stick together to answer all of those questions later in this opening ceremony. Let's go back to slides now. Alex, any initial thoughts of how that went?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think something that's really important to know is that AI, on the one hand, can be scary. It's this new thing, right? It's changing a lot for software developers and how we do things. But for everyone out in the crowd, what I want you to know is that AI gives you superpowers, right? So when you're thinking about what this can mean for your future, instead of it being something that takes you away, it's only going to let you do more with less, right? So if you all can start incorporating AI into your projects, we've got AI Hackfest, right? Maybe pop over there and just try it out a little bit. Go back and watch the Gemini demo, try out Gemini on your own, see what sort of things you're able to do. It's going to give you superpowers, right? It's going to let you take your software development and your skills to a next level. Let us know how you try it out, right? There's probably things that we haven't even known that we can do, and we'd love to hear from you about it.
Of course. And I can see folks in the chat telling us that it's really working. And I'm really glad that it worked for all of you. Keep your comments coming in. Keep your questions coming in, because we're going to reach the Q&A section really soon. And we'll take all of those questions and answer everything for you all. But on a more serious note, MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone. And by being at this event, you agree to abide by the MLH Code of Conduct. If you've not read it yet, I want you to go to this link and read through it. The TLDR is that we want everybody to be respectful. Abuse and harassment are never tolerated at our events. Especially at digital events, we like to remind folks that there's always another person on the other side of the screen. And it's never appropriate to comment on anybody's appearance, even if it's meant as a compliment. It can really make folks feel uncomfortable. If you or anybody else ever feels uncomfortable, please reach out to us on the email and phone that you see on your screens, or you can also create a support ticket to get in touch with us. With that, Alex, do you want to call out all of our partners once again and thank them for all of the amazing resources that we bring to us?
Yes, thank you to all of our partners. Honestly, without Global Hack Week, it's not possible. Remember, we have the Figma workshop happening right after this, where you can learn about Figma Dev Mode and how you can make awesome designs and even get production-ready code snippets. And we'll have GitHub, where you can learn about Git basics, other things you can do within GitHub, and also how to get started hacking with Copilot. So shout out to all of them. We hope you all have an awesome time using their tools and technologies. They're things that are really critical to you as a developer, and that's part of the reason we have them here. Is we want to make sure that you all are getting ready for your careers in tech, and can also make awesome projects that wow us up and maybe even demo them this week. With that, let's roll into some Q&A, Siddharth.
I'll take this one first. The question is about, do we have daily challenges this week, or the challenges are going to be around for every day? The challenges are going to be around for all of the week, which is challenges will never change. So you will have until 8 a.m. on Thursday, which is on the 17th, to complete all of those challenges. If you have any challenge, if you have any questions about challenges, feel free to get to us even after the stream on Discord. I mean, we'll be happy to answer those for you. I see a question about the partner tag in the challenges page. That those are all the challenges that we have coming from the partners that are active at this event. You heard Alex talk about GitHub and Figma. So you will have all of those challenges coming from those partners. Some of those are going to be featured challenges, meaning you will have to complete those to get swag. But all of these generally are going to be beginner friendly. And honestly, you will be able to get through all of the basic swag challenges even before we complete the Q&A section here. So I'd suggest you go straight into that and get things done real quick. Scrolling to look at questions.
We have one here on, it bumped up on me. Let's go do this one first. One on swag. So like Siddharth said, if you complete the feature challenges, that unlocks the first set of swag. If you go to 5 workshops or more live events, that unlocks some bonus swag for you. There will also be some surprise prizes and swag that are given out throughout the week. But the main way you get swag is complete the feature challenges or go to 5 or more workshops.
That's right. Will the streams be on YouTube? The streams will both be on Twitch and YouTube. They're cross-streamed on YouTube and Twitch. If you are someone who's probably wanting to look at closed captions or any of the things that YouTube has to offer, I'd suggest going to YouTube and watching it. If you are a fan of Twitch, we are also there. But the recordings will only live on YouTube. So if you'd want to catch something that happened a little while ago and you did not get a chance to catch it live, YouTube is the place that you'd want to go to. We have another question about challenges. I'm going to drop the link for you in the chat. But generally, if any of you are looking for any links today, all you have to do is go to ghw.mlh.io. That's our main website. And you should be able to see all of the different things linked on the menu bar up top. Challenges, schedule, all of the information will be up there.
We have one here about AI Hackfest. So at that hackathon, it's very much choose your own adventure, right? You're going to see people that are first-time hackers learning how to use AI. You're going to see people that have never used AI before, but may have maybe done other projects. If you're wanting to do more advanced topics or tackle into some of the things like agents or NCP, yeah, pop over there and check it out if that's something that you're wanting to explore. Honestly, AI Hackfest would be a perfect venue and event to do that.
Of course. And if you're feeling like maybe sharing some of your knowledge with other hackers, I'd really encourage you to use one of the voice channels that we have. I think it's either called Hacky Hangout or Mini Events. You can always pop over to that link to those voice channels and have other folks join in and share what you learned about it. Because I know agents and MCPs are really, really popular these days, and not everybody understand those. And maybe you are the person who can teach other people about that, because at the end, all of our events are about learning, building, and sharing. I see another question here about how challenge completions are tracked. If you were around for Erin's demo, you would have seen Erin walk you through how you can submit a challenge on that link. But generally, what you need to do is go to this link. That's gsw.emulator.io/challenges. Pick a challenge that you would want to apply to. There'll be a short prompt that you can read through to understand what it's expecting as a submission. Click on a button down below that says, I think, submits or create submission. Click on that, a yellow button, and then you will have a form that you'll have to fill out. When you press enter, it's recorded in our systems, and then we know that you've already completed it. And that's what we're going to use to calculate the points that we send out to you as emails. Do you want to take this one? Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop this one up here. I think this is a great question. So something that's really important about Global Hack Week, right, is that you are here to learn. So whether you have coded before or not, whether you aren't sure how to use these tools or not, the whole thing is to come and try out these technologies and learn about them. So it's very beginner friendly, right? The challenges and the workshops are designed so that anybody can come and learn about them and walk away feeling like they've leveled up their skills. Would encourage you to come to the GitHub or the Figma workshops, right? I think those are great introductory points, and their challenges will also be super beginner friendly. So for anyone out there that's wondering, hey, I'm a beginner, I've never coded, is this the right spot for me? Absolutely, this is exactly where you should be. Hit us up in Discord, right? Let us know if you have any questions about how to get started, and we'll be there to help.
And I'll take this question real quick. What if I already have the Solo Developer Pack? Do I still need to do the challenge for the pack? If you've already claimed it, all you have to do is share a screenshot with us that says that you already have access to the Solo Developer Pack. We know that this is a one-time thing, that you can only avail those benefits one time. So we don't expect you to be doing that over and over again. All you have to do is share a screenshot in the challenge submission form where we can validate that you have access to it, and you should be good to go. Someone asking if there's no Q&A on YouTube. We can see your chat here as well. Just drop in your questions in the chat and we'll pick it up for you. There's a question here about, can we watch workshops after live streams? You totally can. All of the recordings will be on YouTube. You can always go back and watch. I think all of our Global Hack Week recordings are on YouTube as of now. So you can go and watch literally any Global Hack Week stream that we've ever done on YouTube. Both Alex and I are scrolling maybe through chats that came in very recently. So if at all we end up missing your questions, please make sure to post it again. That way we can catch up with all of the questions that are coming in and help answer those really quickly. But Alex, do you want to take that question?
Yes. So as a reminder, right, we'll post can you post the demo link here again, Siddharth? Something
Yes.
We're rolling out this time is the opportunity for hackers to demo the challenges they did, or maybe something else they are working on as part of Global Hack Week. So if you're interested in showcasing some of your project work, you can submit to that link and our team will follow up with you and get in touch about the opportunity.
Looks like the questions are slowing down. Oops, sorry.
You guys can go first.
Can we begin trying out any challenge now? Yes, of course. The challenges dashboard is live. You can go and attempt all of the challenges if you'd like to right now. Go for it, Alex.
Yeah, so this one's about checking in for live events. Yep, so every event will have a specific page or a link for that event where you can go and register and check in. That will all get tracked on our side automatically, so you don't need to do anything. Specifically, we'll be able to go and look and see how many events you checked into. Remember, if you're at five or more events, you will get the bonus swag.
And the way you can go to these links or find these links is by going to ghw.mlh.io/schedule. You will find all of these streams as a card on the schedule page. If you click on that, that will redirect you to the registration page. If at all you don't know where to find that, whenever you go to a live stream, feel free to ask the streamers to share the link in the chat. That's one way for you to make sure that you're on the right link and you are checking in the time that you need to. I see another question about workshops and live streams. Yes, you can definitely watch them after the live stream ends. That will be on YouTube.
Here's a quick reminder. If you go to our Global Hack Week website, you can find all the different events and workshops that are coming up there. You can also access the challenges for them there as well. So you'll be able to check out both what's today as well as the rest of the week. Another good session to attend if you're wondering what's coming up the next day is the Today and Global Hack Week sessions. The first one we'll have for that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, where you'll get a rundown of what's happening on day 2.
Where is the challenge submission form? It's on ghw.mlh.io/challenges. We'll have all of the forms. And I think you're probably a more regular in the Global Hack Week line, and you're probably looking for a different submission form and a different dev post page that we've already had. But for this time, all of the submissions go to the same page, the dashboard that Erin just demoed. That's going to be on ghw.mlh.io/challenges. Looks like we are running into trouble submitting. And this is exactly what we were wanting you to do. Go to Discord. You will find a channel called Bug Report. Create a thread there and tell us what's exactly happening. Share some screenshots. Give us a little bit more information of what's happening, and that'll really help us debug those issues as and when we come. As Erin mentioned, this is going to be a public beta of the challenges dashboards that we're doing right now. So we are expecting some of those bugs to come in, but the engineering team has done a really good job, a tremendous job in making sure everything was handled really well. But even if things pop up, just go to Bug Report, create a thread, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Oh, sorry, you got it.
You're good. It's like dueling StreamYard comments here. Question about the AI hackathon. So if you have never been to a hackathon before, right, these are a great space to go and actually build something, right? So the Global Hack Week is going to be much more focused on workshops and doing bite-sized challenges that let you familiarize yourself with specific pieces or specific skill sets using a certain technology. The hackathon, very much still based around learning, but it's going to be a little bit more freeform, right? And so really what's going to happen is you're going to have an idea and you're going to spend the time building that and bringing it to reality. Great opportunity to use AI, right? A great opportunity to try to actually build a more full stack application or incorporate some different technologies if you've never had the chance to do that before.
And I'd also encourage you to go to the opening ceremony. That's going to be happening right after the Figma workshop that Rosendo is going to run, and get all of your questions answered. If that's going to be really late in the day for you, don't worry about it. You can always come back and watch the recording later on YouTube. But this was what I was trying to pin your question for Alex.
What is my favorite food? I feel like the favorite questions are always hard. Is it pizza? It's not pizza, but I actually am making pizza for dinner tonight. That is going to be on the menu at my house. So maybe we will say it's pizza. It's quite a go-to in my life. I like trying a lot of different foods, honestly. So really enjoy different cuisines and exploring food. I don't know if I necessarily have a go-to all the time, though. Do you have a favorite food, Siddharth?
It's always just difficult to say out what you really love. I think I've a lot of things, and every time people ask me about what is my favorite, I stop there and say airplanes. But then this question may not be related to airplanes directly. A bit of a context here is 404 loves pizza and also has a pizza emoji that we have on the MLH Discord server. So every time someone new pops in, 404 is like, "What's your favorite food and why is it pizza?" 404 you do like pizza. That's the context. Yeah, 404 is one of our regulars at any stream that we do, in any events that we do. So
That's funny.
cool. I'm going to scroll further down to see if there are any questions that came in.
Final call for questions here. Remember, if you didn't get an answer to, drop a note in Discord. We'll be hanging out there and can get you all helped out.
I will try and answer this again because looks like we are having trouble finding this. I'll drop this link in the chat for you and pin this over here. If you're still around watching the stream, or for anybody struggling to find where challenges need to be submitted, this is where you need to submit challenges. Or you can just go to ghw.mlh.io and up top on the menu bar, you will see challenges written. Just click on that and that should redirect you to the challenges dashboard that we're talking of. If it still doesn't work for you, let us know on Discord. Use the bug report channel. Let us know what's going wrong and we'll be back with a resolution for it.
I've seen this one a couple times. We do not have a badge that you could put on LinkedIn. If you're wanting to post something on social media, though, we do have a Global Hack Week frame that you can use and put a picture or tag MLH in it, but we don't have a badge or something that would go in that credential or certification section, which is, I imagine, what you're asking about there.
I found a really interesting question about the demo from earlier. And this person is trying to build a Hamming code visualizer app. I've never built a Hamming code visualizer and I don't know so much about it. So I don't know what goes behind that algorithm. But I would highly encourage you to go try it out. And whatever you're able to make of it, I would really love to see. Come back and post on Discord and let us know. Tag me. My name is Siddharth, and you can find me as Siddharth from MLH on Discord. Tag me, and I'd be really, really love to try it out. If you are looking for further instructions of what I did, what extension I used during the demo, I'm happy to also chat about that. I use something called ROO, ROO. That's just an extension that helps me communicate with Gemini to get things done. But there are other extensions out there that you can use if you've ever used Cursor AI or something similar. There are several ways for you to be able to chat with Gemini and use Gemini. But that looks like an interesting piece of project there. Let us know how it goes. Come back to us with questions if you have any. All right. Scrolling all the way down. This question about points here. You're going to receive an email daily, and that's going to be sent out somewhere in between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern every day. That'll have all your tracking done in it, which is to say it'll tell you if you've won any swag, it'll tell you how many points you've earned, also mentioning what you need to do to be able to completely check in and earn basic swag. So you don't really have to keep track of anything yourself. Whenever the email comes in, just read through it and understand what you need to get done, and you should be able to get done that. If you have any questions about that as well, Discord is the place that you can come to us with questions. Alice, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so as a reminder, there's two main ways you can get swag. The first one is going to be by completing all the feature challenges. So if you complete the feature challenges, you'll get a set of swag. We also have an opportunity to get bonus swag if you attend 5 or more live events. That's the way that you would get the bonus swag. So those are the two ones. We'll have some surprise prizes here and there throughout the event, but there's not necessarily anything specific to be done for those.
I see a couple of questions about schedule, and I'm going to pin this chat here for everybody who asked for it. This is where you're going to find all of the schedule for the rest of the week. You'll actually find it separated and split across days. So you click on what day you're looking for, and then you'll find everything in it. The link to register will also be hyperlinked to each of those cards that you see in there. Cool. I think we are at time, and we've also run out of questions to answer here. Alex, before we wrap up, any parting notes, anything that you'd like to share, because this was your first opening stream? I'm sure you're not feeling as nervous as you were talking into the stream.
I really appreciate the warm welcome and fun questions and fun comments from everyone. It's really fun to see all the chatter in the chat throughout. Global Hack Week is awesome, right? Hopefully you'll get to see me at another opening ceremony. We got Rosendo coming up after this, so stay on if you're wanting to learn more about Figma and Figma Dev Mode. And really hope I'll get to see you all again in the future, either on my own stream or maybe as part of opening ceremony.
And we'd love to have you at many more opening ceremonies. And I'm going to make sure that you are at many more opening ceremonies going further. But thank you, all of you in the chat, for coming here and being such a good sport and asking all of those great questions. Coming up next will be Rosendo with the Figma workshop. Make sure to go there, ask Rosendo all the questions about Figma and how Figma dev mode works and everything about Figma and design that you can think of. We will see you hopefully soon, later sometime in the week. But until then, have fun.